Ryan asks a question. I'm doing the armor building formula, and while not the perfect workout, it's pretty damn good. I agree. And pretty damn good is pretty good. I intend base my yearly training around this program. I intend to base my yearly training around this program. Assuming I continually make progress, right. At what point is strong enough with regards to kettlebell weights? Well, I'm nowhere near it. Some say someone got to the armor building form with a pair of beasts. I would think you wouldn't need to do anything else in life, assuming we aren't chasing powerlifting or marathons. Your thoughts? Yeah, that's actually a fun topic. It's every Saturday, Ryan, we have a financial group that meets. So we have an intentional community financial group. And when someone new comes in, the first thing we review for everybody is the word enough. So what's enough? And if you read my books, you'll find I pound enough to death, because for most of my listeners, and this is from meeting you guys at workshops, from the emails you kindly send me, from what we read on the forums, what I read over in Reddit, what I see on the Dan John University forum, is for men, getting to 20 kilos for 30 rounds in 30 minutes is a pretty good effort. Now, of course, what's going to happen is if I say that, someone's going to come in and, they're going to try to, macho their way to the top and say, oh, I did it with 32s. And good for you, but we're not all the same, I taught my daughters when they were young that if someone bragged about a 200-pound bench, they would lean in and go, oh, I'm so sorry. Are you okay? Because I thought that was funny, and I still kind of do. But, when you get to standards, when you get to enough, it becomes very personal. For those of you lighter framed and lighter weights on the body weight, a 16 double 16s might be a pretty good effort for you. So for me, I think for most people, once you've gone through the armor building complex for 30 minutes with 30 rounds, so 30 rounds of 2 cleans, 1 press, 3 front squats, you've pretty much taken care of the armor building complex. Now, you might want to take some time after that, circle an open period of your calendar. I don't know what your schedule is, Ryan, but let's say you're a school teacher. So you finish school June 10th, and you don't report back to August 20th, and you feel like having some fun, grab the 28s, grab the 32s, and commit in the summer to getting that, those 30 rounds. Depending on what your career is, it could be a different time. I'm not sure, and I like what you said about the beast, because it's 212 pounds over your head. Once you clean and press 212 pounds followed by 3 front squats, I mean, you've pretty much exhausted the kettlebell, and it's time to move to the barbell. I think doing the beast for just 1 round it would be a fun thing to do, just as a test. But film it and put it online, because your bragging rights are going to last about 8 minutes. I like the idea. For women, from what I've seen, when I see women using the 16s, they look like they're in very good condition. Okay, I don't even know what to say anymore about noting other people's body types, but it is really obvious at the workshops I do that the 16s are a good load for most women. Most men, the 20s and the 24s are good loads. And all of a sudden, you're right though. Bottom line, end of the story. I'll shut up after this. Enough is enough is enough is enough. Donna Summers, thank you. One of the things you need to do, and that's why I preach standards so much, is that, when I was a discus thrower, I easily hit the international, the standards for an international discus thrower in the weight room. Easily. They were never, I don't even know, I of course had to train, but it was very easy for me to hit those standards. That was the 250 snatch, the 300 clean, 400 bench, and 450 back squat. Those were easy. But I wasn't always throwing international numbers, because I hadn't controlled my arousal levels, my tension levels, and my heart rate enough. I wasn't tactical enough. I didn't choose meets wisely enough. I kept throwing in snowstorms and getting frustrated because in Utah, if you want it to snow, you just have a track meet and you'll get plenty of weather. That's what standards do. That's why if I say 24s and then you email me back and say, well, I got to 24s, but I'm still 110 pounds over fat. Well, what? Okay, you can do the armor building complex until you're in the ground, but if you're not taking caloric intervention and maybe getting some walking in, you can't out armor building complex 2 bags of donuts. You just can't do it. So for those of you who are still listening, enough is enough. Figure that out for yourself, and once you get there, look around for the other factors in your training that needs a little bit of a tweak and improvement. Okay, thank you.